Sometimes YouTube can be hard. Imagine recording a video, not having the right scene, everything's blank. Imagine recording a video and having your mic muted. So this is going to be a really short recap, third time's a try. So we did go through the off season, as I said I would. You don't get to see as many of the screen, but I will still show what happened and kind of give a recap, and we can go from there. So first things first, offensive coordinator got promoted, got a head coach job at Kent State. Not sure why, but we did replace him. We brought in Haywood Lofton from Bowling Green, got fired. We replaced him. We bring him on our staff, and seems to be pretty solid. A 3-star, 2.5 on coaching offense. Defensively, we give our coordinator an extension. He wanted to. We give him 3.5 mil apiece. Gave him a pay raise. Can't complain. Obviously, I'm still there. Life is good. So, we did get 2 recruits late. Just kind of threw it out there. 2 3-stars. A lot of transfers. Most people committed. We went and just saw what we could get. Recruit signing day summer. 22. 8 4-stars. 14 3-stars. Some of them being transfers. All in all, I'm going to take the talent. I'm not going to complain. We had the most 4-stars of any school, but our recruiting class wasn't rated as high, rated as a 51. We got 2 linebackers, 2 receivers, both start. Both linebackers start. Our number 1 corner, center, and tackle that both start. Defensive tackle, our number 1. So 8 starters just from the 4-stars. There's a couple of 3-stars that are sprinkled in there. Can't complain. Alvin, you can see down there, rated 278. He actually rated as an 89. He was the number 1 receiver in terms of who we got. Bush rated higher, but I believe it's an 82. Alvin's an 89. It's huge. So expectations. We start the season at 74. That's what we're predicted. Predicted to finish 11th in the conference. Damn near last. But the AD, they expect us to have a winning record. We have to go at least 7-6. Otherwise, we're going to have a conversation. It may not end well. Slightly depressing. I'm just like, it's a disconnect there. We're not expected to do well because we're clearly not as talented as a team, but we're going to have a winning season. I'm just not sure about that. But hey, whatever. Prestige should go up. 74. See, our rank went up to 71. You'll see why shortly. But, recruiting class 51's not the worst in the world. Problem is, relatively, based on our effort, we're ranked 129, which is pretty much last. So you had a 51, but you had an effort of a 129. Disappointed by the effort. Training camp results. This was a little bit of a disappointment. I'm almost kind of glad this isn't on the screen. I had a huge loss. A lot of the upperclassmen took a huge hit. I focused too much on intelligence, so they did get smarter, but they lost position skills and athletic skills. That's a big deal. Though, 2 recruits did not. So, going into the season, we have 21 scholarships. They're already offered out. They expect us to get a top 150 player. Do the best I can. We'll look into the player. We won't even look at the emails, but we'll actually look at what we have going on as a team. Let's look at recruits though. And let's look at the targets. So if you remember last season, we really wanted to get receivers and we tried to get linebackers late. Did get two. And we did get a corner. And we got some offensive linemen. The approach will be a little bit different. So we're going to go by position to make this a little bit easier. But altogether, 21. As I said, all scholarships offered out. All recruiting points offered out. We had 218, so 10 into each. The last one got 8. And scouting points, we just put it in 1 because that's all we could. And we'll start to scout those accordingly. So a lot of 4 stars, some 3 stars mixed in there as well. But we definitely are going to focus on quarterback. I think this is a time that we actually invest in offense, maybe defensive line too. So you can see there, 3 4 stars. I need 1, trust me, and a 3. So we've got 4. We've got Tom Brady Jr. down there at the bottom. Running back. This is an issue. We definitely lost a talented player, so we're going to try to get 2 4 stars and a 3. What I'm really trying to focus in, we're going to start 500 miles away, and then as I see how the board plays out, I'll start to filter back and see who's out there and look elsewhere. So you can see a fullback there. Not worried about receiver or tight end. Well, tight end really. Receiver, we did try to get a 3 star. We have some. Never hurts to have more. Guard. So we got tackle, a center, and a 3 star guard. How about let's get a couple of 2 4 star guards. So the only 5 star we're going after is the closest 5 star on our board, and a couple of 4s. So hopefully we can at least get 1. Tackle, we did get a 4. We'll try to get another. No center because we already got 1. No punter, no kicker. Defensive tackle. Got 1, but hey, let's just add another. I like the defensive tackles we have right now, even with us losing 1. Defensive end, like I said, didn't really address that. We do have 1 really stud one. Let's try to grab a couple. Defensive linemen are important in terms of rotation. So 3 4 stars, we'll be looking at that. No linebackers, we're happy. Corner, let's be honest, you always need cornerbacks. So we're going after another. And then safeties. 2 players, both from Nebraska. The only 4 star in the state of Nebraska. Unacceptable if he doesn't sign with us. Bottom line. So we'll see what we can do with him. I'm going to go back here and look at the recruits. So, again, I said Alvin was the lowest in terms of ranking. He was a 4 star. So if you look at it, we did get, depending on how you want to slice it, 6 players that are top 205. Thing is, we got good players. We didn't have great depth. So when I was looking around the league, around the nation, if you will, there were a lot of teams that had a crap ton of 3 stars. And we did get some, but a lot of ours were transfers. So transfers are going to be quote unquote older guys. So they'll have to be replaced pretty soon. It makes more work for me. Recruiting is supposed to be the funnest part. Gotta do a better job of making sure that you have pieces everywhere. This is always a thing. So looking at our schedule, you see Charlotte, week 1. We win 27-20 against one of probably the worst teams in the nation. Oof. Just, I don't, it's like, if you lose, you're really sad, disappointed. But then you have a close win, doesn't make you feel any better either. But the object of the exercise is to win. Get it done. But you look at our schedule. We've got UConn, Tennessee, and Arizona State. That finishes out of conference. We're going to get rolled by Ohio State and Wisconsin. Even if they drop off a little bit, it's nothing compared to what we are. They're going to roll. So got to find a way to win some games here. Northwestern's not so great. Maryland playing this year, didn't play them last season. Illinois, kind of middle of the pack, just like Maryland. And then you got Purdue. So going in, you expect to lose to Minnesota, Wisconsin, Ohio State. 3 losses. I'm going to say Tennessee, just for the SEC notoriety. That's 4. Makes it tough. You can see the rankings down there. Purdue middle, Northwestern 100s, Illinois 78, Iowa 31, like on the cusp of being top 25. We got our work cut out for us. We really, really do. So gotta find a way to go 6-6. Maryland 68. Like, they're not great, but they're better than us. At least on paper. Well, we'll have to see what we can come up with here. Wins are going to be hard to come by. Just calling it what it is. This could be... I hope I get a third year if I have a rough one. Just want to see these young players grow. Really, really do. But ideally, we start 3-2. Perfect is 4-1. We beat UConn as well. We lose to Iowa. And then we beat Northwestern and Maryland. Realistically, expect to lose to Maryland. So we lose to Iowa, we're 2-1, and just regardless, we split games with Northwestern and Maryland. I say we beat Northwestern because they're really bad, but Maryland is middle of the pack with us, or maybe a little less with us, and we're playing them on the road. You expect to play better at home. On the road against a team of even talent, probably lose. So that makes us 3-2. We have to get off to a good start, bottom line. So looking at the depth chart, Riley is going to be our quarterback. Definitely a big drop off from what we had last season. But hopefully only one season of him. Hopefully just one and we can survive. 78 overall is not the worst thing in the world. But he had a good first game. I'll take it. Would like to see better accuracy and arm, but like I said, he's not elite. We'll take it. Well, we have to make it work. See, with the running back, we had drop off. Fullback, we don't even really have a good one. Receivers are 2 recruits, 1 and 2. Bush will also do special team. No, can't complain about that. He said he get an 89 out of recruit for a 4-star that we won after late. Tight ends are fine. The recruit that we got at center, hello. That's our recruit at guard, not starting, but that's fine. Let him sit back and develop. And then Bragg, we recruited him, as I say, draft. Well, it's not too bad. I usually like to mess with the depth chart, but I'm going to let, since it's a new offensive coordinator, I'm going to let him run what he wants, and we'll see from there. Defensively, got Agnew, stud. Defensive end, we started Berlin. You have the left outside linebacker, middle, 2 recruits. Take that. Smith, we recruited him. Number 1 corner, take that. Lacey actually is better than Duncan, or our number 2, but he has a build of a slot corner, so that's why he's in the slot. I actually changed that. Special team, let's be honest, kicking is going to be trash again, just as it was in the game for last season, and doesn't matter. I'm just destined to fail with my teams. when it comes to kicking. Bush, even though he's not super fast, I will show you here. See his speed, he's in the upper 70s. Trust his hands. He's a playmaker. Not putting my number one out there. Not at all. So I guess there's only one thing to do. Let's look at this bad game. You see, we're actually behind. Down 17-7 in the first half against one of the worst teams in the nation. But Alvin, his first touchdown catch, cuts it to 3. We had a 50-yard run in the first, so nice to see that. I'll get to that later. But they get a field goal to end the half, and then we have the only points of the second half. Defense locks in. A late touchdown to third, early touchdown to fourth. Missed the extra point. Hold on. So I'll take what I can get. So I'm not going to complain. Other thing to look at, penalties. Okay. Nothing to be upset there. Turnovers, don't like that we had 2 fumbles. They did as well, so they even out. Just don't know where they happen. I don't like the run game. 111 yards, a 50-yard touchdown, a 1-yard touchdown. 17 carries for 60 yards. That average doesn't look as good, so it's inflated by the 50. You don't like to see it. Also dropped by the 1, but you don't like to see it. All in all, as a team, rushed pretty well. Some solid big runs. Take the big chunks of yards. They dominated on the ground though. 200 plus between 2 players. 236. Oof. They missed a field goal. So at least the kicking is contagious. Berlin, like I said, start him. He gets a sack. Happy to have that. 3 sacks in total. Good job by the team not to give it too many penalties. It's an easy way to lose, especially at home. You don't want to see those. On the road, sure. At home, no. So let me see, what exactly is their rank? Oh my god, they're not in a conference. Are they an independent? No, they're not independent. Wait, are they? No. It's gotta be the MAC. No, it's Conference USA. Never mind. There they are. Trash. And we survived. It's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. Tell you, hopefully we don't have this kind of outage against UConn. That will be a devastating loss. That would be a devastating loss. They're not supposed to be that good. That said, this is going to wrap this one up. I'm sorry that I don't have more to show you in terms of as it was happening because of my mistake. Not going to happen again. I just can't believe that it switched off. But mistakes happen. We'll be better going forward. So the next video for sure, we'll get into conference play. See if we get some recruits. See if we can maybe sneak someone early. And then focus on some of the smaller guys to fill out this recruiting class. But we'll be back next week. Another video in this episode, in this series. And then Friday, Street Fighter, Saturday, OOTPP. Can the Rockies continue their first place play? Maybe. Can Sagat continue to win games? We'll see. Or matches. That said, sub to the channel, sub to the playlist, new content every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.